you look at these kind of weaknesses, you say, well, those will change. Or maybe as you project, they'll change after you get married. This idea that he will change the weaknesses he has and that you will change these weaknesses he has two major flaws. Can't change. When dating, particularly women, they tend to have a lens on what we call potential. He had such great potential, Dr. Weiss. I've heard that so many times. This has some good features. I mean, looking at the strength of your future mate possibly, and looking into the future and getting excited, and you look at his weaknesses, and often things you think that will change. You know, he'll clean up after himself. He'll take better care of his car. He'll pay his bills on time. He'll get a better job. He'll be more spiritual. Okay, you look at these kind of weaknesses, you say, well, those will change. Or maybe as you project, they'll change after you get married. This idea that he will change the weaknesses he has and that you will change these weaknesses he has two major flaws. Number one, these weaknesses may be for life. You must accept that he may never change a habit, a belief, a friendship, or other issues. Never date or marry in the hopes that he will change. Now I'm going to speak from my heart. I have talked to over 5,000 women, and many have shared this idea. Well, Dr. Weiss, I mean, I did see that, but I just thought he would change. Or I thought I could love him into changing. Or I thought if I just encourage him, he would grow out of it. And he didn't grow out of it, and he's 65 years old. So I'm just trying to encourage you to accept the package as it is without assuming that it's going to change. Now, if they're a believer, things might grow and change, but don't bet on that. Okay, well, I'm going to marry him knowing that that's going to change. I would rather you marry him knowing it's not going to change, because then he won't feel that pressure, because he might not internally even be convicted in that area or even want to mature in that area. And then you're going to be in this dissonance of what you want versus what is. Number two, that thought that you can change him, that is not a possibility. God has never given the power to any human to bring about guaranteed change in another human. Now, your influence is no way a guarantee that he will ever change. Your love, your beauty, your sexuality, nothing you possess guarantees change. In the recovery movements of Alcoholics Anonymous and all the other 12-step groups, they utilize the word powerless to describe our abilities to influence change in others. Now, while dating, you must accept total powerlessness to create change. If you believe you are powerful enough to change the other person, you will resort to all types of denials, manipulations, to try to create the result and to maybe even bring pain to both of you as you try to manipulate and massage this person into the image that you think they should be. And your love won't change anything because of free will, particularly about a man that you're dating or you want to marry. He has free will, and you are powerless. All humans are powerless. Even God himself limits his power to the will of a man or a woman. They can choose to love him or not love him. They can choose to repent, not to repent. They can choose to walk in the blessings of God or run from the blessings of God. They can choose obedience or disobedience. Free will is part of your dating process. How you use your free will and how he uses his free will. Now, it's great for you to decide that you're an evolver and you want to change and grow and read. But evolvers often assume that the other person's an evolver. And it's not uncommon for an evolving woman who wants to grow, get educated, and learn new things, start new businesses, change the world for Jesus, all that kind of stuff. And she's evolving and changing and growing and learning and getting mentors, to assume that because he's a man, he is an evolver. What I've learned is people either are evolvers by nature, they want to grow and change and mature and strengthen themselves and get stronger and get better. And if they're already better in one field, they'll pick another area to get better in. They just evolve. That's who they are. That's their DNA. And there's another DNA that is kind of more sedentary. They go more for roots and not changing and sameness and steadiness. They don't want the winds of change. They want to roll up the windows, okay? They don't look forward to reading a new book or going to a new conference. That's not who they are. So if you're an evolving woman and you don't see that DNA in him, accept that. He doesn't have to change. He can be just a steady, nice guy, 8 to 5, enjoying his life, just a little breeze in his hair. He doesn't want to open that thing up to 150 miles an hour and drive as fast as he can. And accept that and love that about him. My encouragement here is you can't change a man and you can't change a woman. Now, you can change you, and I'm hoping that we've facilitated some of that for you by just giving you the information that's possible. But please give up any hope that the flaw you see in him, whether he's 19 or 85, is going to change because you think it should.